Now the Infiniti has been not getting as much love as it needs to, so I think before we do anything, we gotta clean it up. Last time you guys saw this car, it didn't even have the front bumper fixed on it yet. But as you can see, it just came back and it looks pretty sweet. I mean, you could probably kind of tell whenever I was washing the car that they did a really good job fixing the front bumper on this. They had to buy a whole new front bumper, got a whole new chrome piece, got a whole new emblem. This whole grill thing in here, they literally replaced every single thing on the front end except for like the headlights. Even like these fog lights down here, they replaced the entire thing, and I didn't even really think that we needed to replace that. And up here on the hood, the deer's head had hit right here, so there was a dent, but they did me a solid because I had a bunch of rock chips that were all along the front here, and they said, you know what? Since we got to fix this part over here, we'll just go ahead and sand down this whole front and paint match that for you so that way those rock chips aren't there anymore. So I gotta say, I'm really happy with it. I mean, I'm impressed how they went above and beyond for me, and they even did more than they had to for fixing my car. But now on to finishing up what we were supposed to do last episode, but the car just had to get sent off. So you guys never really got to see the intakes or have me talk about it very much just because it was so rushed to get it put on and ready to go. Damn, how is it so dirty under here? They like leave this thing outside or something with the hood open in the rain? Like, but anyways, these AMS intakes were just one other thing that we had to do to get this car up to the RA500. And they just bolt up right in the stock location. It is kind of nice how you got this little alpha that pokes through. I think that's really cool, but then at the same time, the casing that they're in and everything looks like it's stock. So it kind of adds a little OEM plus look. You know, if you know what you're looking out for, you'll notice this little badge right here and you'll be able to tell like this is a mod that this car is running. But I think it's nice that it stays subtle and keeps the engine bay looking clean. It's nice whenever companies do that because then you don't have like parts that look wildly out of place, which are good for some cars. But for a car like this, I think it's nice that it keeps to what the exterior looks like. Clean, luxurious, sporty. I'm going to be honest though, it didn't really add that much sound difference. I thought maybe we'd get a little bit more induction noise because there's more room for this car's turbos to suck the air in, but I really don't think we got that much more noise. Maybe with the hood popped open, we'll do a clip real quick of what it sounds like whenever I'm just giving it some revs. With the hood closed though, or you sitting inside of the car, I really don't think you're gonna notice a difference. It's just if you wanna pop the hood for your friends and just rev it a couple of times so they can hear it. Something I think is real dumb is that you can't remote start this car whenever the hood's open like this, so I'm gonna have to hop in to do all this. I mean, I gotta hop in to rev it anyway, so. But it just sucks that you have to have the hood closed just to remote start the car. So you might not even be able to hear it on that clip, and it sucks I don't really have a stock comparison to show you guys, but if you can't really hear it on that clip, it's because it's not really that loud. So I mean, it's a bit of a bummer because, you know, you'd expect a little bit more induction noise. I know on my WRX, even though it doesn't have the best intake, and that's something else that we're going to talk about in a different video, there's a bunch of different things we're going to do to fix some problems that that car has in terms of mods that are done to it, but even that car with its eBay cold air intake has more turbo noise than this thing does. So I'll try and put a driving clip in here too, so that way you guys can see from the inside just what it sounds like. I know the camera sometimes doesn't always pick up what the car sounds like exactly, and even if it does, it might not even be what our ears hear. It might just be what the camera picks up, but I'll put a driving clip after this, so that way you guys can kind of see what it sounds like from the driver's seat with like the windows up and down. Okay, so I just hopped in the car, and I'm gonna go warm it up quick, so that way we're not ripping on it when the car's still cold. But once it's warmed up, we can do a little bit of pulls and stuff. I'm gonna be honest, if you couldn't hear it from the outside, I don't know if you're gonna hear it from the inside. First, we're gonna do a closed window pull, probably almost full throttle. Once we pull onto this road here, and I'll kind of hold the camera closer to the front because you guys might be able to hear it more. There's a good section. So it's got like, you can hear the spool a little bit before the exhaust, I feel like, starts taking over the noise. You hear it a tiny bit before the exhaust starts coming on. It's like, sweet, and then it's gone. The exhaust on this car, I tell you, it sounded pretty bad before the resonators were put on it, but once the resonators got put on, it really cleaned up the sound. It just used to be way too loud and obnoxious, but it's real subtle. You just get a little whistle before you get onto it and your exhaust takes over, because I'm assuming that you would put an exhaust on this car. I didn't hear it at all. There it was a little bit. You hear this, you just hear a little whisper of that turbo spool, but then it just turns on to exhaust. Like we said, this is all a part of our plan to get the RA500 kit from AMS, and we're going to be running the Stage 3 just for a little bit, because we do have to put full downpipes on the car and get some fuel pumps and stuff just to be able to run that. At least to get to the Stage 3, just again, it's the Red Alpha intakes. We have to get a heat exchanger, lower downpipes, which we already have, and the ECU Tech ECU. So we already have the lower downpipes. Now we have the intakes. We just got to throw in the heat exchanger and tune it. And then from there, it says we'll be making 450 plus wheel horsepower and 500 torque. So I think that torque figure really is what we're going to notice the most. I mean, this car is running 300 horsepower, so getting it up to 450 wheel is just going to be crazy. That's a 150 plus difference in wheel horsepower. And then torque, I don't even know what this car makes stock. 295 foot-pounds. So basically from the factory, it makes about the same amount of horsepower as it does torque. That means we're going to be having a 150 plus increase in wheel horsepower and a 200 plus upgrade in torque. So that's going to be pretty insane, especially when you consider that that's like a 50% or more increase. So this thing's going to be pretty fast after we just put that heat exchanger in quick and then throw on the tune. And I'd love to hear what else you guys think that we should do to this car. Some things that are on my list, at least for right now, is of course wheels. Stock wheels are always just so heavy, and I feel like you can really dial in your setup whenever you decide what wheels and tires you're putting on the car. And I think that definitely this is in need of maybe some black wheels, or maybe some sort of like goldish bronze color. I feel like something might go well with this gray and not just go black for everything. And in terms of color accents, I think that I kind of do like the chrome that's on this car. Maybe I won't like it as much once we change out the wheels, but I feel like the gray and the chrome really do go well together. But I also do think that having the mirrors blacked out and everything kind of looks out of place without certain things blacked out. So if you guys have any recommendations for different mods that we should do, I haven't really thought much into exterior mods. I've just kind of been trying to do performance mods, which isn't always the best, but I think I just wanted to make tons of power in this car at first and didn't really think about some other things. So let me know what you think we should do. I haven't done that much research in terms of exterior mods that are available for this car. I saw that we can get a carbon fiber trunk. I know that they make a little lip that you can put on this trunk, but I was kind of thinking of just getting a CSL wing or something, carbon fiber trunk that's just one piece to put on there instead of putting like some 3M taped little wing on there. And the other thing besides that was just looking at like carbon fiber fenders and hood. That's really the only exterior mods I've seen so far that I've kind of liked. I haven't done that much research, so that's why you guys, if you know anything that you like and you think would look good on this car, I'd love to hear it. And then for interior, I mean, it's really not that bad. The only thing I was thinking of is for this. For the center console, I would really like to get Apple CarPlay. It's not a huge big deal, but having it on the WRX makes that car feel more new than this car in terms of just ease of navigation and stuff. Maybe a new steering wheel. I have looked at some steering wheels, but that's just kind of an update on what the status of the Infiniti is right now, because I know a lot of changes happened. I haven't really posted much about this car as of recent, but like we said, these intakes are a really good upgrade. I think they are just a must to be able to run bigger power on this car, at least when you're going AMS's route. It probably does open up the inlet flow so much for the turbos, but you just don't really get that much sound out of them. And then of course, front bumper is all good to go from that deer hit. I literally hit the deer like a week before Christmas, and it's taken all the way until now for me to get it back and finally have it in perfect condition again. And then, you know, whatever mods you guys think would look good on this car, I just really want to hear what your opinions are. This is kind of a shorter video. I'm going to have another video coming out about the turbos on this car because there was something that I received in the mail from Infiniti that I wanted to go over, and could even potentially be something that we have to get done to this car. But we'll leave it at that. I also got something coming out with WRX soon. I think we're gonna try and rebuild that car to what it should have been from whenever I bought it, and it did kind of get neglected during this build, so I kind of want to backpedal a little and fix the things that we should have done from the beginning whenever I first bought that car. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, leave down below anything you think that we should do to the Infiniti. I'm always open to your guys' opinions on stuff, especially for the exterior, because I know that we could come up with some pretty sick mods to make this thing look amazing. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Peace!